If your brain and senses are scrambled like this, maybe it's sensory overload. The autistic brain is wired in a different way from a neurotypical brain, and one way that we process this information is by either underreacting or overreacting. Here's a personal example. On a fine dark night one night, I was a passenger in a car as I drove along the city streets illuminated in street lamps, and all I could see around me were the bright lights of these fluorescent white lamps, and as these lights got brighter and more prevalent, I noticed that my eyes were having trouble staying focused on the dark road up ahead, which was making me tired too. So I had to squint to avoid straining my eyes amid the competition between light and dark, to the point where I told myself, next time, I'm wearing sunglasses at night. So what is sensory overload? Well, now I better understand that story as sensory overload, which is a symptom of autism. Autism Speaks defines sensory overload as when an intense sensory stimulus overwhelms your ability to cope. So now how do you cope with it? Well, there is no one-size-fits-all for this, but what you want to do is assess each individual situation and determine the cause and effect of the sensory overload. Let's say you're at a crowded EDM festival, for example. If you hate crowds because of the way your autistic brain works, then the masses of people around you would be the cause, and the effect would be the sensory overload that can drain you physically and emotionally. Next, you'll want to determine what kinds of solutions or accommodations can help you if you struggle with that particular kind of sensory overload. For example, if you really don't like the crowds, you would ideally try to avoid that environment knowing that there would be a crowd there. Failing that, try to see if there's a time when you can visit that isn't so crowded, or if the area is large enough, move somewhere that's much more open and away from the densest of the crowds. But if the noise is an issue, then earbuds or headphones are a common solution. And remember, don't be afraid to be a self-advocate.